Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. If you've been following me for a while, then you're probably noticing right away that this space is empty. The RV is gone. The Imagine is officially sold. Now, I'm not going to do a reveal of what's going to replace the rig, not yet. That will be a future video. But really, we're on the brink of an entirely new chapter for the Adventure Rocks channel. And given that this space is all empty now, well, except for the truck, of course, I figured today would be a good opportunity to introduce that new series, which is the Weekend Warrior series. That's what I'm going to call it. And so in today's video, I want to tell you more about that series, what to expect in terms of content moving forward. And I also want to share why I'm so passionate about this specific style of truck and RV ownership as a weekend warrior. So what exactly is a weekend warrior, right? And for my family, it means that we're not living in an RV full time. We're not driving across the country, weeks at a time to get to a particular destination. As a weekend warrior, what that means is typically most of the trips that we take in our RV are going to be just for the weekend, 2, 3, maybe 4 days at most. And because it's just for the weekend, we're only driving maybe an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours in most cases max. And so the trips are shorter. We want to maximize and get the most out of our time because it's limited. And being a weekend warrior, it brings up a very specific reality when it comes to the tow vehicle. I mean, for most of us as a weekend warrior, our tow vehicle is also our daily driver, right? That means the truck has to function perfectly at doing both. Well, maybe not perfectly, but it's got to do a very good job as a daily driver. And then it's got to be able to handle the towing functionality. Now, for me personally, this is where the 80-20 rule applies. 80% of the time, I'm using my truck here as a daily driver. And then the other 20%, I'm towing my RV. And because those trips are typically shorter and the truck is my daily driver, that is a huge reason why I run a gas truck instead of a diesel. Now, if you want to see the exact math and the spreadsheet that I built on why I scored gas here over diesel for my specific situation, I'll put a card up above for that video and a link in the description below. Definitely check it out because I think it really helps explain gas versus diesel, especially if you're towing an RV or a heavy boat. But back to the Weekend Warrior series, if you're only going out for 48 hours, 72 hours at a time, a 2 or 3 day weekend, then the last thing that you want to do is spend 4 of those hours setting up and tearing down your campsite, or spend additional time troubleshooting problematic aspects of an RV, having multiple slides and having to deal with all the complexities. For me, that just isn't worth it as a weekend warrior. And so this new series is going to focus heavily on practical upgrades to your RV setup that enable us to have more enjoyment and less work, right? We're going to look at ways to streamline the whole process. Now, I am budget conscious, but I also believe in quality. And so we'll talk about where it makes sense to save money and where it makes sense to, splurge a little bit to save yourself a massive headache, additional time perhaps at the campground. And another big part of it is finding dual purpose gear, right? I mean, as a weekend warrior, we want the max bang for our buck. And so we'll be looking at different products and upgrades that don't just sit in the RV permanently between trips, but things that you can use with your truck as a daily driver throughout the week, or even maybe back at the house. Now, a good example of this is, as a weekend warrior, I am not going to spend $4,000 to $5,000 on a bunch of lithium batteries, an expensive inverter that gets stuck permanently in my RV. Instead, I might spend about $1,000 on a setup that gives me similar functionality, similar off-grid functionality, but I can use it with the RV, I can use it with my truck here and perhaps at home. So that'll be a future video. Another aspect of being a weekend warrior is you have to be very intentional about the gear and setup that you utilize. And to illustrate this, I started looking at different rigs all the way back at the end of summer last year. So for the last 6 months, I've been looking at different rigs. I probably started out with over 28 of them on a list, and eventually I narrowed that down to my top 10. And through all that research, I'd say the number one concern that kept coming up again and again was weight. I mean, when you're running a gas truck and then you're packing for your whole family, keeping things as light as possible is critical, right? And so in this new series, we're going to talk a lot about managing the weight. We're going to talk about watching tongue weight or pin weight, to make sure that you're never going over your truck's payload rating. I'm going to be featuring some really innovative products that support those exact goals. And ultimately, this new Weekend Warrior series, it really comes down to one thing, and that is ironing out the pain points. Why do we care so much about our payload? Why do we care so much about dual purpose gear or the amount of time we set up and tear down at our campsite? We care because we want to eliminate those frustrations so that we can have more time to spend with our family soaking up the great outdoors, right? I mean, the family unit is so very important in our society today. It is the essential building block. And so if I can eliminate those pain points, those frustrations as a weekend warrior, that means more time with my family. And I don't know about you, but getting away from the screens, getting out of the daily grind, and spending time together as a family in the great outdoors, there is just nothing better. And that is what being a weekend warrior is all about. So that is the roadmap for what's ahead on my channel. But I'd love to hear from you guys, especially if you're a weekend warrior. What are some of the biggest pain points that you encounter when you go out to camp? Or what are some of the frustrations that you would like to see solved? Drop them down below so that we can tackle them in this next series. And do me a favor, make sure you are subscribed and hit that notification button. I promise you, the next time you see this storage bay, it will not be empty. As always, thanks for watching.